Right, well it's day 2, welcome back. This thing has been a bit of a sod to play around with. Basically, the problem is drivers. So I've managed to get all the drivers working, but there's a couple of little peculiarities that have cropped up. So basically when I did the Windows 98 install, it was moaning that it had no network card driver, graphics card driver, audio card driver, and there was a USB driver problem as well. So I've managed to find the drivers and install them. As I've done it though, a bit of a problem has occurred. So let's turn the monitor on and let's boot it up. Now, what I like about this thin client is there's no moving parts in it, so it's completely silent. So one of the problems I've found since installing, I think it was the network card driver. Now bearing in mind I don't have an Ethernet cable plugged in at the moment, so perhaps it's waiting for some networky thing. I'm not entirely sure, but basically it takes quite a while to boot up. This is also a brilliant use for my unpowered speakers that I bought, because I just want to see if there's sound coming out, because there's no internal speaker other than the PC speaker, so it just beeps. So when Windows loads, yeah, so that's another problem, the audio judders. So bearing in mind that there's nothing open on this machine at all. Dear. Yeah, so there's that problem. If we look in System and look under Device Manager, so there's nothing there that has any exclamation marks next to it. Now what I found was I had to install I downloaded some drivers. I've actually made a folder here with the drivers in. The audio drivers were separate, as were the video drivers, and the USB and the network card drivers, but I had to copy over these files to the Windows inf folder first, because the driver, when it tried to install, that wouldn't work, and then when I pressed ignore, I had no network connectivity when I restarted because half of the driver wasn't there. So I figured that out. The USB is a bit peculiar as well. If you have a USB mouse plugged in, it tends to freeze the system. So you'll move the mouse and it will get stuck, and then after a second or two, then it will carry on. If you're copying files off a memory stick, that seems to actually copy stuff, but the UI freezes, which is slightly strange, so I need to get to the bottom of that. I might perhaps disable the onboard USB, because to be perfectly honest, I don't use it other than to copy files on there, but because I've got network connectivity, or I hope to have network connectivity, I've not checked it yet, I should just be able to browse to a share and copy some files over, so I don't particularly need USB. Anyway, so the video is not brilliant. It's this S3 thing. Let's have a look. Can we do? It's a Unichrome Pro IGP. No, I've never heard of that. I've heard of S3 before, but yeah, it's apparently not brilliant. But anyway, at least it works, and I've got, what have we got? We've got true colour at 1024x768, so I don't actually know how much memory is assigned to it. Okay. Info. Oh, 16. Yeah, okay, 16 meg. That would make sense because there's 128 megs of RAM. So 16 megs of that has been taken up. 16 plus 112 is 128. So, oh, there we go. The mouse is frozen. There we go. It's back again. So I don't know whether or not it's the SSD that I've put in here, or if it's yeah, what it is basically. So I shall have a play with it a bit further, but I mean I have got it working. And to answer the ultimate question, yes, it will doom. Ooh, the audio went a bit funny there. Anyway, yeah, for £15, it's not been too bad of a purchase. It's obviously not running what it's supposed to be running. It's supposed to be running thin client software, and it actually is running a full OS. I think XP is going to be, because of the memory, there's only 128 megs of memory. And then 16 of that is taken away for the video memory. I think putting XP on here is probably not going to be a great idea. I might put Windows 2000 on and give that a try. But yeah, I mean, Windows 98 should be okay. I haven't tested it in DOS, so I don't know what the graphics. Well, the graphics are going to be a bit rubbish anyway. But the sound, I don't know what that's going to sound like in DOS. But yes, buy some unpowered speakers. You can just plug them in and test them. It's great. Excellent idea from me, thank you. Anyway, I'm going to turn the machine off. Oh yeah, that's another thing. It gets stuck on shutdown, so it just sits there and doesn't do anything. So that's another thing for me to look at. Anyway, apart from that, success.